The City on the Hill assemblymen arrived in Sacramento today and could already feel themselves standing on the edge of the precipice of a political firefight. Tonight, Anthony Rollins prepares us for what to expect from the party power politics this week. Plus, we'll speak with Governor Karen England about the party platform fight coming tomorrow, as well as what she thinks of Lieutenant Governor Joel Fellerson's decision to defect to the Patriot Party. It's all right here on your #1 source for City on the Hill news, relevant, honest, and unashamed. The Cawthron Report starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joel Reedy, and you're watching the Cawthron Report for June 19th, 2012. City on the Hill is always rife with political struggle this time of year, and this year looks to be no different. The Constitutionalists and the Patriots are prepared tomorrow to begin work on their party platforms, which will define their agendas for the rest of the week. Several events during the last few weeks have made the parties even more contentious as they work against each other in this particular session. The governor will join us later on the show to discuss some of these changes and how she thinks they'll affect the assembly. But first, we have a report from Anthony Rollins on the difficulties facing these assemblymen at the beginning of this week.
It is well established, far beyond the field of mythology and legend now, that the Mayans predicted the end of the world in 2012. While perhaps not buying into such extremes, many of these legislators believe the issues confronting the state of California and the nation are vitally important to solve in this coming session. The assemblymen gathered from all over the state today in Sacramento to begin another grueling session of legislating and lawmaking. Issues before the legislators this year range from moral issues such as gay marriage and abortion to taxes and the economy. Tackling these issues will be anything but simple. Legislators must make friends cautiously, deal with party power, and if they want to see their agenda passed, schmooze with the governor. This year's session will also be complicated by the recent defection of Lieutenant Governor Joel Fellerson from the Constitutionalists to the Patriot Party. Legislators must forge alliances, work together, and even make tenuous alliances with erstwhile political foes in order to accomplish their agenda, and sometimes compromise to help out with the agenda of a fellow assemblyman. Which assemblymen will prove rigid and steadfast in their convictions, and which will prove compromising and more successful in passing their bills. Only time will tell. After all, the results of this session could be apocalyptic. For CBC News, I'm Anthony Rollins.
Thanks, Tony. We'll be right back after these messages.
The Constitution isn't just a document, it's the compass that has guided us for more than 200 years. While much of the world has languished in poverty or been engulfed in revolution, our nation has been held strong by these simple words: we the people. We've weathered through tough storms in this nation before. Why would we want to abandon these principles now? The Constitution Party. Hope for America. The Constitutionalist National Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
A patriot is a person who loves and defends his country's interests above his own. He is grateful for what his nation has given him and feels unworthy of the opportunity to serve. When Paul Revere rode to warn two small New England towns that the British were coming, he rode with the knowledge that liberty's well-being rode with him. Today, the Patriot Party still believes that one man can make that kind of difference. Paid for by the Patriot National Committee, not authorized by any candidate or candidate committee. The PNC is solely responsible for the content of this advertisement.
And welcome back. The rift between the two political parties here at City on the Hill seems to be growing bigger due to a recent surprise announcement in the past several days by Lieutenant Governor Joel Fellerson that he would be switching from the minority Constitutionalist Party to the majority Patriot Party for the rest of this session and heading into the elections this fall. Several people have called him a coward and others a traitor. Still others think he's a hero of the cause of the Patriots. We're pleased to be joined tonight by the Governor of City, California, the Honorable Karen England. Governor England, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Governor England, first of all, what do you think we expect from the platform committees meeting tomorrow as the parties caucus together and work on what they believe and what they're going to carry through the rest of this session? What should we look to expect from tomorrow's events?
Well, I'm very interested to see how the platform discussions take place. I am very concerned at what I've seen coming out of the Patriot Party and their radical view for City on the Hill and their radical view of the platform. I was shocked this year when they had their convention and came up with these platform ideas. It is everything opposite of what City on the Hill believes, and I am just shocked and disheartened at what the Patriots have come up with as their proposed platform.
And Governor, you know I have to ask, Lieutenant Governor Joel Fellerson announced just 2 days ago that he was switching over to the Patriot Party from his longtime position as a constitutionalist. How do you feel about this news, and how will this affect your party's chances during this session?
Yes, I've never liked traitors, and so this was, so disappointing that I have been so supportive of him, and he finally came out and admitted he was a patriot and that he did not believe in the Constitution, that he was not a constitutionalist and aligned with the Constitutionalist Party. So this will be the first time in the history of City on the Hill that we've had a lieutenant governor of a different party than the governor's office. And I have to say, it's created quite a bit of tension. At staff meetings, I can tell you, it has just been disheartening that he did this and stabbed the Constitutionalists in the back.
Governor, was this a complete surprise to you? Had Lieutenant Governor Fellerson spoken with you about this, or had you any inkling that this was going to happen?
Well, he was never very deep with his convictions, and so, sometimes I thought he was just giving it lip service, but I thought he was more of a real believer in the Constitution, and so it's disheartening that he is so flimsy, thinking it's this revolving, moving document, the Constitution, and that everybody has, any right the government decides to give them. So yes, it was just disappointing.
Well, Governor England, the platform planks that have been proposed and that are going to be looked at by the parties tomorrow are very diverse, very broad set of issues that are going to be tackled by both parties tomorrow. Are there any particular issues that stand out to you as the most important during this session?
Well, I think, as always, freedom is always important. I know we've got presidential candidates that are running on freedom in the Constitution, and of course that's important. And so that's why the Constitutionalist Party does call themselves the Constitutionalists. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in what our founders wrote. They were brilliant in their writing of it. We believe that we should stick to that. We believe that our rights are given from God, and the government's role is to secure them, not to hand them out as they see fit, when they see fit, as apparently our Lieutenant Governor Joel Fellerson believes. And so it'll be very interesting to see the proposed legislation that comes out of these platforms, again, with the Patriots being really radical, rebellious legislators.
Well, Governor England, thank you so much for your time tonight. We appreciate you joining us on the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
And that's your City on the Hill news for June 19th, 2012. But join us tomorrow night as we take a look at the results of the party caucus meetings and preview the Speaker of the Assembly election.